Hi, my name is Salgado Kenniebrew from the Veterinary Science Program here at the Miami Valley Career Technology Center, and today my project is called Musical Medication. My project is focused on whether music has a positive or negative effect on cats when put into a state of stress, which is calculated by their heart rate. To start off, what is stress? Stress can be defined as a state of mental and/or emotional anxiety due to adverse circumstances. Stress is pretty common not only in people but also in many cats. There are many studies showing the signs of stress in animals with ways to treat them by prescribing antidepressants. But my question is, what if there is an easier way to treat the stress rather than putting the cat on costly medications? Stress in cats is just as important as stress in any human being and should be addressed with a simple solution to help avoid the many serious effects. Signs of stress in cats include hiding and running away, spraying or defecating in places other than the litter box. And here in this picture, you can see that the cat sprayed on the wall. Loss of appetite or over-grooming. And here, right here in the circle, you can find that the cat has an extreme loss of hair due to over-grooming on its abdomen. If you are a cat owner, these are important signs to pay attention to ensure your cat's well-being. Another sign of stress is obesity, which is known to cause diabetes and can be harder to control if the cat is obese and can also lead to death. If the diabetes is left untreated, the cat will go into a condition called diabetic ketoacidosis, or DKA. In essence, because the cat has not been able to produce glucose for energy, it starts to make ketones to be used for energy. As the ketones build up, the body is no longer function and the cat will die without treatment. And here in this picture right here, this is a 5-year-old cat, not obese, but was prescribed with DKA and shortly died after. And then the treatment lasts for 3 to 10 days of intensive hospitalization. As you can see right here, the cat has been hospitalized. And it usually is in a 24-hour veterinary hospital. If the DKA is treated but therapy has not started to control the diabetes afterwards, the same thing will happen again. My hypothesis is that music can help relieve that stress in cats to at least reduce the symptoms stress can cause. Music has been scientifically proven to have a powerful effect on the brain, and recent studies show that music can help in memory in many aspects of the brain, including pain reduction, stress relief, memory, and brain injuries. Ironically, cats have similar brain structures to humans. Nicholas Dodman, an animal behavior chief at the Tufts University School of Veterinary Medicine in Boston, found that cats and humans have almost identical brain structures, specifically in the region which controls emotion. The region that controls emotion is the limbic system, and more specifically, this small area right here called the amygdala. A fun fact to add to that is that cats have a tendency to mirror their owners and their personalities. So if cats not only have similar brain structures which control emotion, but also mirror their owners, we can assume that if the owner has a preference for music to relieving stress, the cat will respond in a similar way. If that's not the case, then their stress level should still lower while listening to music due to the stress-relieving effect it has on the brain. Before any trials are run, test subjects need to be chosen. There were a total of 3 cats. Each of the 3 cats will get their resting heart rate recorded, which averages from 160 to 180 beats per minute, or BPM. And then they will be put into a state of stress, which is having a vacuum turned on for 2 minutes. All 3 of the cats chosen for this experiment are domestic shorthairs. For cat number 1, Hunter had a resting heart rate of 144 BPM, which is lower than normal, but it's not concerning. For cat number 2, Lila, she had a resting heart rate of 184 BPM, which is only 4 beats higher than normal, so that's also not concerning. However, for cat number 3, his resting heart rate was 200, which is concerning because it is high. And the reason being, he had heart failure and fluid in his lungs, and he did pass after this experiment. There were 5 separate genres chosen, and the songs that were played are A Shade of Blue by Incognito for jazz, Piano Concerto No. 2 in B-flat major by Beethoven for classical, You Know My Name by Tasha Cobbs for gospel, Hallie Ray Light by Parker McCollum for country, and lastly, The Wilderness by Tribulation for heavy metal. None of the 3 cats have shown any signs or symptoms of being stressed. Once the resting heart rates are taken, the 3 cats will then have their heart rate recorded during the state of stress after it has gone for 2 minutes. The same 2-minute process will apply for the music. After the 3 cats have their heart rate recorded from the music, they will get a 3-minute resting break to recoup, and then we'll repeat the same 2-2-3 process 4 more times for each musical genre. All 3 of the cats' heart rate dropped the most when jazz was played, and each of their heart rate dropped the least when heavy metal was played. Here you can see Hunter's heart rate dropped by 36 beats when jazz was played, and then only 8 beats when heavy metal was played. For Lila, hers dropped by 52 beats when jazz was played, and only 10 when heavy metal was played. And Nico's dropped quite a bit by 64 beats when jazz was played, and only 9 beats when heavy metal was played. With these results, it does prove that music has the ability to lower stress levels of the 3 cats, but the preference on which genre or song may vary depending on the cat. Another fun fact to add is that these results also help prove that cats tend to mirror their owners. Reason being, all 3 of these cats are mine, and when I want to relax or study, I like to listen to smooth jazz or low-fidelity hip-hop, more commonly known as lo-fi pop. Also, I am not a fan of heavy metal. My hypothesis proved to be correct with the results. Playing music to relieve stress is a great idea for cats, but it would just require some trial and error in which genre or song is preferred by the cat. Not only is this a great way to solve the problem of stress in cats, but it's also free, and the owner gets a chance to bond with their cat through the music. It is important that stress in cats, along with stress in all animals, are addressed to prevent the many negative effects of stress. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my project, Musical Medication.